Am I the a-hole for breaking the news that my father-in-law is not ever going to be cancer-free again? So, my 27 female father-in-law, 62 male, was diagnosed with a chronic form of cancer a little less than a year ago. My husband, 32 male, and his brother, 32 male, and their mother, 62 female, have been part of the process from day one, and heard the explanation I am about to give too. The cancer he had is not of the aggressive kind but will never go away either. Best case scenario is the doctors can stop chemo and some kind of immune therapy takes over the treatment successfully. They tried this for the first time in November of last year, when they stopped the chemo he had been having since the diagnoses, and tried to let the immune therapy take over. But in March, they came to the conclusion that this takeover did not work and they had to restart. Different chemo, different immune therapy. This is the way it will always be for my father-in-law. He understands this. The rest of the family does not seem to understand and keeps telling him he needs to rest a lot and wait until the cancer is gone to restart doing the things he did before, simple stuff like working in his garden, but also meeting up with his friends, going for a bike ride. He told me once he hates these comments because they want him to wait it out, but there is nothing to wait out because it is not going away. Lately he just starts crying whenever someone says anything like it. And yesterday he left the room. People were like, why is he so sensitive? And I was like, because his illness is chronic and will not go away. You are literally asking him to stop his life forever. You all heard the doctors, why do you keep talking about when it's over? It is not going to be over, ever. They all claimed never having heard that before, but we were all present when the doctor gave this diagnosis. But maybe it was such a shock to them and they deliberately forgot it?
Am I the a-hole for not eating food made for me on a date because of allergy and being accused of being picky? I, 24 female, am a single mom of an 8-year-old. I was in a bad relationship as a teen, which led to me being pregnant. I haven't exactly dated since, maybe been out on a few dates. My daughter has a condition called ARFID. It means she has a very restricted diet, and it is very much connected to her SD. I don't force her to eat certain things that are her unsafe foods. Since her diagnosis, I've been quite sure I might have it too, but I cook for us both and am self-sufficient, so it doesn't bother me day to day enough to think about it. Anyway, about a month ago I went on a date, to which we went out to dinner, and it was amazing. He was so open to meeting my daughter in the future and being a family man. I only do serious relationships, so yes, this is stuff that was discussed on the first date lol. The second date was a week ago. I went over to his place, not for anything weird, just to watch a movie. He then made dinner. Don't get me wrong, it looked amazing, but I felt awful, telling him I actually couldn't eat it. Usually if something is an unsafe food, for me, such as melted cheese, vinegar, I'll still choke it down to be polite, and just vomit and cry later. But he had put my one hard no in there. Mayo. I hate it, but more importantly I'm actually just allergic to eggs. Pretty severely. He knew this, as I told him on the first date. He was cool with this on the date. Once he gave me the food, I apologized so much, but I couldn't eat it. He replied with, once we get you past this mayo thing, my daughter's name can get over her crap too. I was pretty mad about that comment, and snapped back that I'm not eating his gross food, and to not talk about my daughter like that. He apologized instantly, saying that's not what he meant and that it was a stupidly rude joke. I said I was sorry for calling his food gross. It actually looked really good. We ordered some macas and I went home soon after. He seemed okay. About an hour later, I texted him that I had a lot of fun and sorry about the situation. He said, it's fine, just didn't have to be such an about it. I was confused. We went home happy. I apologized some more, and he brought back up me saying it was gross, and refusing to eat it. He was completely ignoring the allergy part of it and saying, you really need to get over this, Cass. It's childish and it's not the way you raise a kid. Things like that. I know being picky is annoying, but I don't feel like I did anything too wrong. Am I the a-hole?
Am I the a-hole for saying my boyfriend's friend can't visit us now that I'm pregnant? My boyfriend has a friend who is currently doing the whole hashtag van lifing thing and living out of his van. The past several months, this friend has been coming by our house a couple days a week. Each time he's here, he stays around 10 to 12 hours to use the shower, kitchen, washing machine, and Wi-Fi. I've been unhappy with the lack of privacy and the extra work for quite a while, which my boyfriend is well aware of, but have been putting up with it because the friend is down on his luck and could use some help. However, now that I'm pregnant, I'm ready for this situation to end. I want to be able to lay on my couch and rest and talk about my private medical details with my partner without having to whisper about them in another room. I'm also just worn out in general, and the friend is generating so much extra work. He comes into our home after doing construction jobs and tracks in tons of dust and dirt. Every time he showers he somehow leaves a thick coating of body hair all over the shower I have to clean up before I can shower again. After he uses the washing machine there's sticks and leaves and sand all over the laundry room. Not only does he hog the kitchen when I want to cook meals sometimes, but he also leaves all his dirty dishes for me to deal with afterwards. Ideally, I'd have my boyfriend deal with the extra work, since he's the one who's inviting the dude over, but with his busier work schedule, most of the household work falls to me. So to me, it's a no-brainer that the friend finds somewhere else to be for a couple months to give me some privacy and a break from the added work. However, when I brought this up to my boyfriend and told him it was time to set a boundary with the friend, he told me it was first of all, a very awkward and weird thing to ask his friend, and secondly, a cruel and insensitive thing for me to request. He's willing to do so for me, but at the same time, is making it very clear he thinks I'm a monster for even asking him to do this. Is it actually reasonable for me to put a no visitors rule in place for a few months or not?
Please subscribe and follow for more videos.